Bienvenidos. Gracias por venir. Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. This is our Hispanic Heritage Month, our second one for this year. And today we have Aurelio del Muro, artist. Say that again? Balandran. So, who's an artist in New York City, a long-standing artist and a teaching artist as well. And here today he's going to talk a little bit about the art of Frida Kahlo and focusing on a particular style of art, religious art in Mexico, that heavily influenced Frida Kahlo's own work. And then using that style, we today are also going to do our own artwork. Aurelio has brought the supplies, and so you're going to have a chance to do some painting and be creative today as well. And by the way, let me introduce myself. I am Mehmet Küçüközer. I'm a professor in the VHS department, Behavioral Sciences, and I am the chair of the Hispanic Heritage Month Committee, and we, along with the committee, organize these events every year. I'll also talk about next week's event at the end. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And we have a couple flyers that still remaining if people are interested. So let's get on with it. Aurelio, do you want to take over? The show.
Okay, thank you. Hi, welcome. Well, you always come, you're faithfully at time, right? Welcome. As Meme said, I'm Aurelio del Muro. I say Balandran is my mother's name. In Latin America, we use both names, both last names. Some people do use it here in the United States too. I'm from Mexico. I came here a long time ago, in 1978. But like many of us who migrate, you never leave home. It's always in your mind where you're from. And you become a mix of everything. And that's what makes everybody in the United States beautiful. We all are a mixture of stuff. And it's wonderful to have this month thinking about that heritage that we have and to make other people learn about it. Frida Kahlo, as you know, is now a very famous artist. She was married to by then, a more famous painter. His name was Diego Rivera. What captivated Frida's art is that she was a very good painter, but she also looked at, her sources were very original. She looked at people's art. And that was her main kind of copy. And I was talking to you about how art is copied. She actually copied those ideas and made her own. Although she's famous for her self-portraits, and she really became also a regular, you know, like an all-encompassing artist. Oh, okay. So, or should I? Can I turn it like? Oh, okay. Okay. So everybody knows Frida. She's a young Frida. She was born around the turn of the century, 1907, and when she was 14. She suffered an accident, and that put her into a situation that she was a lot of times bedridden, so she had to stay in bed. Her colon was destroyed, but she was able to more or less function and became one fine artist. What made Frida special is that she also identified with her communities. The people were westernizing already in Mexico, and there was a French influence. We had a French dictator. He loved France, but at the time when she was born, that dictator was in power. She, she just identified with the Mexican people. She's dressing a rebozo, and so she's very famous for that identification and that total communion with the Mexican cultures. Yeah, can you move one more? And this is a famous picture. This is La Casa Azul. If you ever go to Mexico, you have to go to La Casa Azul. That's where Frida, am I blocking you? Yeah, no? Where Frida was born and lived in her mature life. So that's Venadito. And there's a famous song called El Venadito. And you can go to the next one. And that's, you know, it's kind of a self-portrait, and she identifies with this haunted animal. Anybody else can tell me something about this? What's your impression?
It's violent.
Or it evokes violence.
Yeah, kind of. Is it violent?
Well, it evokes violence.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, the fact that the arrows are on her back kind of like might allude to the pain that she's still suffering.
Yeah. So it's like she's going through a lot of pain, and she went through a lot of pain all her life. She tried to have babies, and she couldn't, and she made paintings where she really loses the baby, and it's blood, and it's all kind of like very tragic. So she kind of went into this kind of, not, I wouldn't call it violence, but in Catholic images, we have San Sebastian. And San Sebastian is a martyr who is depicted with all kinds of arrows going through already in his body. And he's just like a very famous saint in Mexico, in America Latina. So she's kind of a martyr, and she's saying, you know, like I suffer, you know, with all this life. Next, thank you. So here we have an image of Frida in bed. As she got older, it was more difficult for her to walk. I think we admire her because we knew she was in extreme pain, and she kept on painting, and she kept on loving whom she loved, was her husband, Diego, and she kept on going with her obsession of painting. And in that, if you can see the canvas, she's painting her family, you know, all the people in there. So we can go to the next slide, thank you. So that's her family. And this is, you know, it's painting like already telling a story. Frida Assad. Can anybody, rather than me telling you, can anybody describe what we see? You don't have to be right or wrong. Yes?
It's kind of like a family tree
Yeah.
where where Frida is, like, you know, that's her parents, and then her husband, his parents, and then their supposed child.
Okay.
Whoever that is, you know.
Yeah, that's probably Frida, the baby, the girl.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the blue like building that La Casa Azul, which eventually became her house as an adult. There's an embryo or like a fetus. That's her as a fetus, it's like saying, that way, you know. And so she tries to go deep into these kind of images of people. And from her father's side, her father was Guillermo Kahlo, a very famous photographer from Mexico. He photographed churches and things, and he was from Germany. He was an immigrant from Germany, and I think her name was Matilde Kahlo, her mother. And on the left, which you can see the Mexican features of the family, like the mestizo features that a lot of Latin Americans have. Like we have a little bit of a mix. So, in the next, thank you. And you know, here is her culture, but it's like kind of strange. She has adult hair and it's a baby. She painted crazy stuff. But it's just like, she liberated a lot of people say, yeah, I can paint like that too, and feel good about it. Anyone can describe this one? Over here. Can you tell me what you see there? Me? Oh, anybody?
Somebody had their hand up back there?
It looks like she sees the dog as somebody that cares for her, like somebody that gives her comfort.
Yeah. And who's that?
What do you mean? Like, I'm saying like Frida, like that looks like it could be her pet that she's just drawn about. And she's saying that like the dog gives her comfort. You said there's a dog up there, right?
Well, actually, the daughter is Frida.
No. The person's a man, doesn't have like a dog face that looks like that from back here.
It's like a mask.
It's a mask.
Yeah, it's a mask.
It's a mask. It's a Mexican mask. It's probably maybe like the Hispanic mask. You know, the Mexican culture goes back, way back to our pre-Hispanic past.
Could it be also harking back to the Afro-Indigenous roots of Mexico?
That too, very true. Because we go back into all those kind of cultures we have in Mexico. So that can be talking to that kind of African mask. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Mehmet. Yeah. Anything else?
I'm just curious about the leaf that's so detailed in the background. Is that significant of something?
It probably is. honest. I wonder what I have no idea. I'm just an artist. But, you know, like, you see all these constellations. I mean, the artists, you really have like a meaningful thing for everything. But then, we don't have to know what we can imagine. I mean, the leaf looks like veins. You know, like, and then we can play with all that imagination. We can just construct it ourselves.
The veins being like the roots of
Right.
culture, history.
Yeah.
I was thinking that what nurtures her is her Native American, Latin American culture, and she's being nurtured by that. And the mask is very prevalent in use in Latin American cultures, especially in Mexico, where masks are have to use for different things. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, yes, very, very true. Anything else? Is this a nice picture, a beautiful picture, an ugly picture, what is it?
It's a little disturbing in my point of view.
Yeah, it is, and that's what Frida was about. It was really disturbing, and there's some, I was gonna present it, but they're a little bit too rough.
What is the golden stuff on the chest? What's that supposed to be?
Well, that, you know, like if you have an X-ray of the breast, you know, all these kind of connections and cells, that's probably what produces the milk. But that's my guess. It can be as good as yours.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, so Frida got this quality, like the first picture we see, it's also disturbing. And like, what is a deer doing in the face of a woman, you know, like, so she liked to do that, and that's why we're fascinated with her act. You know, it's always very interesting. Thank you. And so here we have Frida in another, you know, this looks, well, let other people speak about it. What does this feel like? Dadu?
Very contrasting. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the image over there.
Yeah, it's day and night. That we can't get more than a contrast like that, like black and white. Yeah. Yes, thank you.
I think it kind of represents how she sees herself in the day and the night. At night, she's a painter, artist, and during the day, she maybe focuses a little bit more on her wounded condition, because that's like it's kind of medical bed she's sleeping in. But in the night side, she's not sleeping there. She's standing upright.
Yeah.
Nice dress.
Yes, that's wonderful. Yeah, I didn't really think of that, because especially she's sick and her sick body is on the day part. And in the sign it says Árbol de la Esperanza mantente firme, which is one song from the Tudaquito, one song that we sing. And it's tree of hope, stay hanging there. That's what it says there. Because she's you know, all her life she suffered with that column that was split. And so she pays that. Thank you, that's very good observation. Can we move
I want to
on?
make
Yes.
I think at night time it's like she's dreaming, because like, you know, when you dream, you can do whatever you want, maybe that's why she's standing up. Maybe she's dreaming that she's standing up, she's picturing all the things she wants to put down on the picture.
Yes, thank you. She was called a surrealist. The French, the Europeans, she had no idea that was surrealism. Surrealism is about painting what you dream, kind of like that kind of stuff. So you hit it right on the dot, because and she didn't know she was surrealistic, but she just liked to paint her dreams. And here I want to start thinking, you're going to make an artwork, something like this, where you're going to paint your dreams or your experience or some kind of story. So let's begin just making it flow. We have to take advantage of the time because we will be very tight.
Sure.
Yes.
Maybe like in the daytime, it's kind of the reality of her life, and then at night she's like able to dream, so she's like uninhibited by her dreams.
Yeah, yeah, that's very, I think that's why many people love her, because she was inhibited by her condition, and she kept on going. You know, yeah, very much. Very interesting. Thank you for
Next
that.
one.
Next. I like this painting because It's 1932, and Diego is the most famous artist. He was a big chef, you know, like big, and you know, everybody loved him. And he comes to the United States, and he's invited to paint in Detroit. He painted for the Art-Institute of Detroit, enormous, beautiful murals depicting the workers. He really believed on people and movements, and he was a communist. But anyway, Frida came along with him. She was probably 18 years old. She was very young, and she came. She was like the side person there, and she just started painting. She continued painting. And here we see two worlds. Can any describe this part? Her two worlds, where she is standing. Yes.
The right is clearly American industrialism.
Where she is in Detroit, you know, it's the auto industry. They had just come up with the newest car, and you know, yes. Anybody else?
And the left?
I guess on the left, yeah.
The left of their native roots.
Yes.
I know in Caribbean places you have to like farm your own food,
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yeah. And you see a lot of symbols of the Hispanic roots and the country where she comes from. And she liked the United States, but she felt like very like, I don't belong here. But I think I like it because that's a little bit all of us. We are like in between two nations. Some of us, or I think all of our cultures, we belong to one and also the United States. I feel like that. And that's being part of the United States. Anything else? Should we move on? Okay, so the ex-votos, and this is the people in the colonial period up to about 40, 50, 60 years ago. Still now, if something happens to you and it's good, and you pray that things get better, and if that saint or that person who you prayed or that God that you prayed to grants you, then you do a little ex-voto, a little votive. You paint what happened and you say, thank you, Sant Emiliano, for this miracle. My mother got better, and after I prayed it, and thank you. And they would paint it and take it to the church. That's what's called ex-votos. This is a very charming one, and I will read it to you real quick. I don't want to spend too much time, but the other night, my boyfriend came in, and by the window, and there's a window, and she came through the window because my father don't like him, but they all of a sudden entered because they heard noises. And so I dedicate this ex-voto to San Ramon, San Ramon, because he made the miracle to make them believe that it was my cat who was there, because it was So here is the boyfriend. I don't know whether there was no cat, so the guy was already with his dog or something. And this is San Ramon.
It was a miracle.
So it was a miracle for her, so she just took it to the church and thank you. So that's an ex-voto. And you see, it's a very simple, this is like a, 1940s bed in Mexico, Melonero. And, it's very, they write Luciana Salazar, Tamaulipas, 1945. Can we see the next one? So right now I needed to start thinking what you're going to draw, because you're going to draw a little bit of a story. And here it says, I want to thank for this miracle, the saint baby of the doctors who I prayed, and I prayed so that my mother would get better, and she got better. So here's the mother, and there's him, and the doctor, and the baby of the doctor. So we can see the next one. And actually, this is what they found of Frida's mom. Frida's mom made this retablo, and it says, thank you, gracias, la Virgin of the Sorrows, for saving my girl, Frida. after this terrible accident. So this is actually what happened to her, and I didn't know there was an ex-voto, but I found it online of the mother of Frida, thinking that Frida was able to survive the accident. And yeah. And there's a final one. I want to dedicate this one to the Christ of, I can read it too well, the Señor Villavicencio, for the rain that brought into my fields because we had no rain. And so that was a miracle. So here you have just a very simple thing.
Aurelio, this is traditionally painted on a metal panel, is that correct?
A metal or wood, usually it will be wood or metal, something that is just easy to get.
And is it hung in the church after it's painted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so if people take it to churches, and if you go to a church in Mexico, you go to the back, as a radio, there's a lot of those paintings. People continue doing that, and they believe that they get better because they pray to their God or to their saints, and things get better. And so Frida took it from this kind of art that it was very simple, very fresh to make the art. So it tells us that we can make art just that simple, and that's what we're going to start. I did a few drawings and some examples. Can we show them though? This is, I worked with first graders. This is a first grader. Can anybody tell me the story here or what you think? It's really cute. Well, she's got a pet, and whatever that pet is, she has to feed it. Yeah.
Oh, it's the picture of walking on her pet.
But they are on skateboard.
Oh, it's on a skateboard?
No,
Oh,
they're on skateboard.
probably.
They're really good, but they're skateboarding. I mean,
They're
really,
skateboarding,
stuff.
skateboarding, walking,
Yeah.
skateboarding.
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 So, there's a joy about it. There's no words, but right, this is the most beautiful day of my life.
One of the dog is also
Yes?
Is that like a rainbow? No. Or is like that, like those lines up top?
It's not a perfect rainbow, but it's a rainbow, right? I don't know your score. You guess it's as good as mine.
Okay.
So anyway, that's an example just to show you how free it can be to make a drawing. Then we go, I did this one in 2004. I played the cello, and then I took the subway. Then I went for a long walk, and I got to Coney Island. I'm right here. I got to Coney Island around 10:30, and then I went to the sea, and I jumped. It was in the winter, New Year's. So I jumped into the sea, and I said, after I jumped into the sea, I will be the happiest man. I got a miserable year, so I thought I had to make that over. And so that's one drawing I made. Can we see the next one? And this is the other day, I did yoga, and so this is me doing like yoga too. And I became so free that my mind just started going up and high. And my mind then went into the sea. I live next to the Hudson River. I cannot see it because there are buildings, but I know it's there. So I went in there, and then I became a really happy person. There. Ta-da. So the process is what we're going to do, if we can show the next one. I did another version, so you have a sketch paper, and then there's another version where I did it again, a little bit more refined. But actually I like both. They both can work. Then I did the first drawing. Then the next would be I did the following. Yeah. Then I did a background in blue. You can choose your own background. And then the following. Then I started just coloring. And then at the end I just worked on some lines and make it stronger. And that was it. So we really have only 35 minutes. I talked too much.
We have more than that.
We have more than that? Okay. So we got 45 minutes. So if you can, so there are these things that are ready for you. There are these small pieces of paper. And before we start, maybe you can give us, or maybe you like to talk to a partner or partners on the table. What would you do? Take a moment, and what would you like to tell a story? It can be as a story, or it can be like a girl with a dog, just one image. So what would you like to do? You get 2 minutes and talk to them, and then I'll tell you how to use the watercolor. Okay, so 2 minutes just to do that? Or 3 minutes just to share what you would like to do. You got paper? Let's go to the
How do you know it?
He did yoga. That's
Okay, so you have the small paper. You can do a sketch if you like, just to have a general. And then in the larger paper, you can do it more formal, or you directly can do it. I just put it. Some people need a sketch. You can write. You can do, this is what I'm going to do, or you can start drawing. So it's your call how you like to do it. And then we'll start the process of watercolor paper, but after we draw. So first we would like you to just concentrate on drawing. And then you can pass it, and then you can draw on
Like a fire.
Professor Stokes here. He's giving an homage to San Sebastian because he suffers from his feet, so he's the saint of feet. You know what you're going to do? Just, like any story, or you don't have to think a saint. You can do just your own story. That's why I put my story on the channel. If you could go around then.
So you have an idea that you want to sketch out your day in the life, right? That sounds like very good. So this is about the ex-voto, which are like religious art. And the idea is to sort of thank a saint or Christ or somebody for that good thing that happens in their life. So basically here, we're taking the idea of the ex-voto and you're going to just sketch like a good day. Okay. And then you can fill it in with paint afterwards. And you can write a message like this was a good, this was what happened on this day if you want. Like you can write a little description below it. Just like the idea of the ex-voto. Frida Kahlo, by the ex-voto. It's a kind of religious art from Mexico.
So Frida says that it's not like you have to, quote unquote, know how to draw, be an artist to make art. And that's another take from what. Wow. Okay. You can start right away into this or just. I guess that's because that is. Sí, 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 quédate con tu colega. La primera la dije de Tlacotamba, la dije de Tlacotamba, a lot of people do establish. And you can start with that, but if you want to go right away. No, that's good, you're good, you're good. Perfect, I know it. So there are erasers there, but I encourage you not to erase that much, just go for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like there's any sort of
This is a row, I can see. Good, it's looking good. I don't know, I put it in your ear.
Probably just
And this is you? Is that you? Very good.
Why the paint already?
It's been here before.
So you're gonna work small size? Yes? But if you like to work, if you like that? Oh, no, no. If you like the size of it, then say no.
Okay.
Or can you?
Less
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's good, yeah. Is there any particular image that you like to see?
Wait, what is that? It's tree?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Really? We're on a date right now.
It's
like she's still living on her
You wanted to help you with a particular.
I think you really know. That's what Frida was doing, is like, I mean, people is a professional, right? I don't know, but
But the idea of the ex-voto is people are.
Just think about it like as
yeah,
when people draw, I'm drawing in my sketchbook, what would I draw?
and it's as good as any.
It's a people are, like just regular
Theme?
people drawing
I
about
want
their
to
life.
pick up the shade of the color.
Just curious, like, what?
Look at it.
You can put it back.
It's just colors. It doesn't have the center.
You don't get to touch, you know?
Oh, yeah. Is that your hair?
Oh, he can hear it. He like your restaurant. Hello?
Oh, my God.
I can't hear him.
That is so good.
So make you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Dr.
I'll come back.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a meeting going on this.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I'd love to see you. But I'll be back.
So I don't know if you know what I call it. So, I mean, it can be very sophisticated, but it's just, I want you just to merge the colors and you use the same, one favorite color, and then combine it with the white as the background. I draw, but I'm not a watercolor. I mean, I'm not a painter, but I'm not a watercolor. It's just like
No, the Latin American films are.
Oh,
Lasso, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So these are the examples of what I'm
Sorry.
doing. You can do it more detail, and if you want to do it, nice.
Yeah, no, I cleared.
Something like this. And this is you. you want to pass it here? Okay, good. That sounds exciting. That sounds good. So these are the color, idea of coloring with watercolor.
That's what kids do.
How are you doing? Doing well? No.
I don't know.
Cool.
Something else to do.
And that you,
Yeah,
you're drawing in your computer, that's excellent.
yeah. I'm not really artistic, so like, I build stuff, like cars.
Okay. And if you want to draw larger, but then this is like, I just immerse things in the colors, and that's what you want to do. And you show you how to do it. And if you want to Oh, you started already? Good, thank you. So what I just mix the colors in there. So some people begun with the watercolor. You can if you really learn to do it. But there are a few pointers I like to make if you start doing the watercolors. The one technique is to wet the whole paper first. In your desk, I don't know if you noticed, where you sit in your chair, there are two little pieces of paper. They are masking tape. And the masking tape is so that you glue the paper on the table, the larger paper. And I'd like you to wet the entire paper with a big brush that you have. The palettes that you have of color are not mixed. Once you're ready, you have to mix each color. They already have water, but you have to mix it so that the color sprays on the water. So you have to prepare your palette, in other words. When you're ready to do the watercolors, but you still have iron your drawing face. So I'll give you another 5 minutes to do the drawing. And then you're gonna grab your larger paper if you haven't, and paste it on your table and wet the whole paper with a brush. Just make a nice wet paper. Yeah, and that's a good technique. What happens when you wet the paper? You open the cells of the fibers. They become like a sponge. They absorb it and they grow. That's why I gave you the tape, so that the paper doesn't bend that much. And then you're ready to put color. And it's okay to put water on the pencil. This is looking really wonderful. Frida has a painting. Yeah, there's paper here. No, first draw. First you have to draw, and then yeah, draw again. So you draw. And then yellow. Yeah, there should be yellow there. Or I'll give you yellow. There should be yellow. Are you gonna work on it? Okay. But do you want the paper? So then, can you use this to wet the paper? And, yeah, wet the paper first and let it, it's like a sponge. When you wet the paper, it just grows and takes color very nicely. Yeah, and then just brush it. Yeah. Don't soak it too much, but just, just wet the paper. Okay? So you can see me here, I'm wearing this paper. What is it? Shape, and we just, so just, it cannot bend, but it just prepares it so that water can, the paint can come. And remember the colors are not totally mixed, so you need to rinse it. So you need this, I can, oh you got it. How you guys making out? Oh, nice. So, I mean, this is good. You know, the other approach is also, the paper towels is to soak in extra water, and also to dry to take excess color from your palette. Oh, okay. Oh, you do. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of really high. Here it is. Nice. Very good. I like that intensity.
I make sure stuff like that. I'm at over 300 students, okay, leave me alone.
Yeah, that's watercolor. That's very nice. Cool. Love it. And then you got different sizes. So brush it. And you can take it if you like. Let's take it. Exactly. Okay, very good. So then you're free to use the colors and yes. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's the way to go. If you're using a lot of surface, you can always, use the larger brush.
And other
But anything that you're comfortable, and we're gonna mix all these colors one by one. What you do with this cloud white, I would just go around the place, and that's what just go around here, and then you can get a little bit of color because the cloud got shade. It doesn't just cloud. You want to try it? So just paint blue around it. Just go around this brush here.
Baby shark music. I love the baby shark music.
So then you go around, and then you just stand the vein, and then you take it. How you doing with me? Good.
There we go.
Thank you. That's not bad. That's really recording. Yeah. Wow, that's really beautiful. So when you're ready, we can take it, and you can write something about it and say. Actually, so what, yeah, it's like, yeah, just put it in web, this is what you can write, and, you know, sometimes, excess you can always stop it.
No, I've never heard
Oh, good, good. you go like that, and then you experiment what it looks like to food again, and that's what makes the white program interesting. You know, and what you do is in watercolor. Yeah.
You know this.
No, no, you can't make it. Because this is really cool. That's really cool. So you can do did I show you my watercolor? No? Let me. You're very creative. That's what I did. I know that some people chose to just have this small paper, which is big. Bueno, no.
San Francisco, y le están pidiendo por el medio ambiente, aquí tenemos un volcán, un árbol,
Thank you, Aurelio. Frida Kahlo.
Está muy bien, ya las flores. I don't wanna.
So I usually creative, I just have excuse you. But I
Is that yellow good? Did the yellow work well? Okay, very good. Welcome. And I do need some there. And if you feel like you need another color, please ask me, I will provide. Nice, pero ¿sabes qué usa él? Y aquí parece que no traje
He's from like
oh,
for example, Saturday. It has like a very
that looks like a 1930s
I mean, I like pigment, that's come out, so I would say.
looks like a 1930s. Is that electric? Maybe you mean like that.
Think I'm all paying.
Don't want? You don't want to find out? How are you doing? You don't? Okay. Okay. Very good. Because you're like, you don't do that. So I guess on your table, I'd like you to stay as you go. Sí, por así a veces puede darse porque esto se va a parar. No va a quedar así, queda algo. ¿Ves que va a cambio de color.
Porque le puse
Sí, está hermoso. Este dibujo es muy bonito también.
sí, como hacer esto.
Qué bonito. I love it though. It's so cool. I mean, looking at, oh my God, you're a storyteller. That's so cool. We got to share some of this. You're very charming.
That's Billy.
Yes. I love it. And you see, I don't know why people
The whole way. This is my time. Real. Real stuff on the box. I said, I'm gonna try it. On the back.
Well, I was trying to do like a thing about Jane. I haven't seen
¿Cómo estás?
But if you like 30 minutes, that's how good it is.
Oh, that's crazy. No, it's
What do you rate it compared to the first one? I haven't watched it.
I thought you just said, I thought you would come back.
What would you rate?
You're having that?
I haven't seen the second one because I'm scared.
¿Puedes poner algo más?
You watched the second one?
Oh, is it yours? Yours. What are you saying? Like,
Está muy hermoso.
I hope they at least show enough of me after this. That's all.
Yeah, that's the best part.
well, there is the monster.
That's what I do like about it. It's like anytime I was watching, I just wanted to see people like when you start. Now it's like yeah, he's the title, so it's like that's weird.
Or maybe you can do
When he pops out, it should be funny.
Maybe she should buy it.
Who wasted so much time?
I know. I don't know.
I wonder why. I wonder why if you wet it wrong, it's gonna be like.
That's a weird technique.
It is a very you know, I can't attend this to you know, but if you, whatever feels
The
comfortable
monster
now.
mash coming up.
You
I
could
just
just
have
pick
to
it up.
just playing
Yeah.
it's free.
When is it? Where's it gonna be? It's not the play, right?
No. The place I can after
Where you're gonna have
it's right before. I saw it. Yeah, you're
Monster
right.
Mash is just holding
Take a
it.
long drive. Yep,
I can't use the full play.
they're gonna be showing a movie and a bunch of other stuff that they're doing. We're having a house nuts, of course. Salvage.
I'm gonna do that.
I don't know. Part of the art. I promote it.
If you're working with a big brush, I suggest it's better, especially small areas, to work with a smaller brush. I see things are coming up very quickly. I love her. Yeah, yeah, I
First time on color.
Yeah. I think this is amazing.
I don't know what this is.
Can you tell me?
Yeah, I recorded it because I was fucking like the way he told me, I don't know. He has like a funny like it's like when like he's discovering it for the first time. Yeah, he's discovering it. Like he's like the way he tells it.
I wanna show you. What's your name? Anita is finished with her work. She did her day, a day in the life of Anita. And this is waking up really late. And so she did a wonderful bluish golden tone, or yellowish. And she's telling us her story, which is great. Thank you, Anita. I can show it here. Anita's story. And you, that's amazing. Is he working on it? ¿Tienes nada, verdad? Tiene one. Huh? No, continue. So if you're not done yet, oh my God, we have to that.
Thank you. Purple hair. Magic purple hair. I can. Said purple hair. Kids are appreciate purple hair. See, if it comes to filming, that's what this, I don't know what this is. More filming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So do the blue? Yes. What? You can be another blue. There's another kind of blue. What is it?
How's mine so? was gonna say that my mother is If we what, I don't know, we had a bachelor, but
What's going on good?
It's okay.
No, we don't have one.
No, or you could just like literally just like say
You got like.
wait, we're supposed to be saying something, right?
Yeah?
He said we would do already. Well, you can make out of blue. I wonder how.
Just mix blue with clear. I mean purple.
With clear?
Yeah, clear.
Clear?
Mix blue with clear, you can mix clear with something else.
And then you use the gray.
Oh, you saw it on the tape. The tape's
Like the
on
gray.
Yes.
Yeah, it's on your left cheek. It's like it's like up there. Yeah, it's above there. It's
You know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Figure it out.
See my feet.
Actually, wait, that works with the blue. Wait, that's it? That's blue. Yeah, I know.
You just say you can use more.
I think he's gonna
You can say a bit more gray.
There we go.
It's like different. For example,
Where are you home?
What's the pink? That's all I. I don't know how to make it.
I don't want to. Just I don't want to.
Bless. Red is the only one who knows. I'm getting a lighter purple. You're getting purple more.
Look at Brianna.
I don't think black is pink. So it makes a curry.
Let me see, when do we stop? It's 1:35.
Serious or
So we should 5 minutes.
All right, I see a lot of beautiful works here. I want, this is the story of a dog. This is a great story. There is a wonderful story of a dog who went out, he saw a squirrel. What is his name?
Jasper.
Jasper did a beautiful narrative about her dog. What we gonna see? We got 5 minutes. So don't rush it. At home you can also use some of the if you have colors, you have pencil colors, anything can just make it work. But you already have done a beautiful, or you can call it dawn. What's the name of your dawn? That's really cute. That's so cool. And you, oh my God. If you can look at each other or visit another tango, now is the time because people are done. Can I show you? This is
I would rather
¿Tú eres español? Bueno, pero podrías hablar de
I don't believe.
Gracias, San Gervasio.
Yeah.
Sí. Esta es una obra muy
Yeah, like
buena.
they pray for the environment.
I feel like it's more. I Oh,
And we can order in Spanish. Like right now.
San Gervasio.
¿Español?
Yes, I do. Oh, we can go to Tassos and speak. It's better. Yeah.
Yeah, this is, yeah.
She's the brand.
This is, sí, Dale, sí, was a good. Yeah, then, now, you can do and you have more fast degree. You can do some fast and your other.
Are you being serious?
Sunset, this is the picture. This is Kevin. Whoa, that's a beautiful heart. And we need a background.
Show me to everybody.
Look, Kevin and have two more. This is Kevin.
I also wrote both.
You know Kevin? Yeah.
No.
This is Kevin. He went to an accident, but he got a lot of money. And now he got a new car from it. And this is the last one.
That's fast.
This is the story of a bicycle and how he got an accident. He got money and then he got a car.
Dice un desarrollando medio ambiente.
Mind reader. Oh, you used mind? It was legit? I don't know. I mean, I know there's
Thank you. Good work.
he was getting everything right. Like he wasn't saying no words.
If you can visit another table and see what they did, I would recommend it. You only got 3 minutes.
He worked for you?
We have 5, 6 minutes, so if you can,
That's why I'm.
if you can visit someone else, you can do
Yo le pedí gracias a San Francisco.
She did a wonderful job. Oh my God.
¿Qué tal tu prueba? ¿Bien? ¿Les gusta?
Muchas gracias. No, no,
Esta es de la clase AP.
que tengan un gran año. Sí, hasta pronto. Adiós.
Es que Alfredo.
Cada año está más.
You're doing a good job. Here, if you run out of time, just go. I've been see my entire family.
Hello, everyone. I just want to thank everyone for coming today for our Hispanic Heritage Month event. We will continue to have more events. Please, if you're not sure, you can check out our calendar of events. We have flyers, of course, that I passed out some, but you can also check out those events on www.cdutchess.edu/HHM. Okay, so if you're check it out online. And I just want to remind you of next week's event. Next week, we will be viewing the documentary From Mambo to Hip Hop, A South Bronx Tale, which looks at the history of the Puerto Rican community in the South Bronx and the various musical traditions and genres that they developed over time. Of course, linking their experiences to life in the South Bronx, as the city has changed over the 20th century. So looking at the musical influences and how they contributed so much to the music and art of not only New York City, but of course of the country, the U.S. and the world. And when you think about salsa, taking also Cuban influences and then making it their own, and of course, hip hop later on. So it's a really good documentary. It's directed by Henry Chalfant. And there'll be food, so I'm going to bring in, we're going to order some empanadas, Puerto Rican empanadas, and also drinks traditional to Puerto Rico. So hopefully you'll be there or try to make it. And of course there'll be other events that are also coming up. Tuesday, October 8th at the Residence Hall in the evening, 7 to 8. Artist, dancer Argelia Areola will give a Cuban rumba dance workshop. All levels. Those will be really a lot of fun if you're interested in that. But if you just want to try it out, please come. We'll have readings of poetry from Daniel Villegas and Victores later on. An evening of conversation with music with Mexican composer Iqbal Boiron Castillo. This will be an international event. It will be live streamed. He's in Jalapa, Mexico right now, Veracruz. And musical concert Juntas Chicas here, hopefully outside, weather permitting. October 31st, 12:30, 1:45. They're a female-fronted group. They play various styles of music from the Americas. Please come. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff. All right, thank you. Thank you, Aurelio del Muro for his marvelous job today.
Continue telling stories and make an art. You don't have to be an artist to take your own story, that's really